Hello again. Today we're going to look at the Butcher, second boss for Highmaul. So after you clear the trash, you're going to enter the pit where he's hanging out. Look towards the left side. There's a watery pit area with a warthog. You want to go kill that hog just for fun. Do watch out for the hog though. For all range, DPS, don't stand in front of him. He will do a charge and will knock you back and cause some damage. So we're going to keep the Butcher in the middle of the room, and we're going to start by discussing the DPS roles. You want to set up two groups of equal size to stand on the opposite side of the Butcher in the middle. The challenge with these roles is you want to have one person in each group to jump out of this group to make the sizes different. So when you start to fight, you're going to have Group A run in with 5 people, for example, while Group B will run in with 4 people and 1 person outside of it. Now the Butcher will do a cleave effect to the larger group every 5 seconds, and it will get them stacks of gushing wounds. You want to keep these stacks no more than 4, preferably 3. Once they get to 5 or 6 stacks, it's an instant death. So as each group gets to 3 stacks, the designated person is going to jump out of their group, while Group B's person will jump back in to make their group larger. You need to alternate these rotations so every group changes out after 3 stacks of gushing wounds. You want to have a third group of your ranged DPS and your healers standing behind the Butcher within healing range. This third group needs to make sure they're standing behind the Butcher out of his cleave range though, but still within healing range. Every minute the Butcher will gain energy and will do a knockback and then a bounding cleave. Having this third group stacked up after this bounding cleave is the base mechanic. So as soon as they're knocked back, they need to all restack to each other, and he will do a bounding cleave, charging into that group and giving them 1 stack of gushing cleave. This debuff will drop out after 15 seconds and allows the other groups to run back to their roles to be on the opposite sides of the Butcher and resume taking the heavier damage of the cleaves. Now for the tanks, you must have 2. You'll have the main tank, who will get a heavy-handed ability put on him. Having the off tank must stand within 5 yards to absorb the second damage. Heavy-handed allows the Butcher's auto attacks to deal damage to the second target within 5 yards. So that's the role of the off tank. So he's going to be taking damage the whole time as well. If there is not a person inside this 5-yard range, the main tank with the heavy-handed debuff will be taking twice the damage from these attacks. So this will deal a lot of damage the healers will not be able to keep up with. Other than this, the Butcher will do a cleaver and a tenderizer ability, and these abilities need to be tank swapped because the cleaver will do another gushing wounds onto that target, that tank, and those abilities again stack up and the damage becomes hard to heal through. Keeping up the mechanics of the fight, once the Butcher reaches 30% health, he goes into a frenzy state. At this point, you want to use your hero or bloodlust abilities, time warps, whatever you have, and any extra cooldowns to burn the boss down as quickly as possible. So through the fight, you just need to have your 2 teams alternating the size of their groups, changing out turns for the gushing wounds ability, the tanks doing their swaps, and the third group restacking up after the bounding cleave to take their turn for a gushing wounds. You keep these mechanics up, you will easily kill the boss, hopefully before his 5-minute enrage timer. Thank you for watching and good luck on your kills.